So, as y'all have been uncovering, the world knew histories about the world, and Tartaria, what you find as 400 years ago, there was a world that we don't know about. And this is a big deal. It's honestly disturbing how much people now know about it and how little news has been shed on the topic. Don't you all think? That should be on full mainstream news networks all over the country, because it's on the lips of everyone in the nation and all over the world. So I don't see why you think your ignorance will determine how people think. If you decide, okay, we're just going to act like that's not a thing, that it won't be a thing, because it is, Things that are things, whether you acknowledge them or not. Your acknowledgement don't determine what things are, because you think your network is important. Your network is not important. None of your networks are important. None of your media is important. Nothing you have to say about anything going on is important, must be regarded as an importance. Nothing. Not a single thing. What are you going to do if people don't? What are you going to do if people say, you know what, everything that y'all say or try to present to everyone doesn't matter? What are you going to do? Nothing. You see, you can't do shit. So it doesn't matter what the fuck you say. You could say whatever you want. You could pop up any kind of message about this happened, this happened. It doesn't matter. We don't believe anything you say. And we have no reason to. So this Tartaria is what people know. We're not stupid. No one's stupid. Look, we've seen the World Fair videos, and it's speaking to stupid people saying, "Oh, look, we built all this in the span of a couple weeks," and then it's just to show it all and then destroy it all. No one's stupid enough to think that or believe that. We know that you came here off of some boats of recent and tried to repopulate the country of something you've inherited. Right? That's it. And when you got here, you found all of these structures here. Right? And you had to be rid of them, because if you hadn't gotten rid of them, everyone would know you were not the ones capable of building anything like that. You are still incapable of building anything like that. Isn't that pathetic? You all are still incapable of building anything like that. And we have AI and all advanced technology and some very educated architects, and you all still are incapable of building anything like that today. And some of these structures have been rebuilt upon to make it seem as if they built it, and then there are other structures that come from longer times ago, and they're still standing, they say, well, did we build this then? We did this and we did. But it's clear now, knowing about Tartaria and that it existed. We have maps and we have all kind of proofs that it existed. It's clear now that all of those structures came from these people, the Tartarians. And who are the Tartarians? Because I think a lot of people hear the word Tartar, and they're like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But, I told you it is Taurus season, and I was going to make one last video for the Taurus. And it's just so beautiful because we're about to go into the next season, Gemini. And Taurus are the bull. And it is correlating to the bull. But what is it? But why? What is it and why? Y'all have to understand you're dealing with very intelligent people, not stupid people. So when they create things, it's for stupid people to understand. They create things for stupid people to understand. Not because they're stupid, but because they're intelligent enough to know how to go beyond just one layer of understanding, beyond just one dimension of seeing. All right? So Taurus is this bull, and it also is that kind of beauty. This level of understanding of significance of knowing other dimensions of things. And like I told you, the bull has been around throughout all of this time and has evolved with humanity. It has been the creature that has done all of the things that we have done. It knows as much as we do. But again, why choose the bull? If you don't notice, the bull is a very, it is not an ugly creature. And y'all say, I don't see what you mean. Well, if you look at a bull, they look very pretty. You understand? The way that they are is in a kind of way that they don't view themselves as ugly. You see? Because they come in they're communal creatures. So they care about how they present themselves. And they don't like to present themselves in a way that's foul to one another. So they, just like human beings, have evolved to present themselves in a way that's very of beauty, a beautiful way. And when you see one, you'll see that that's how they present themselves. But you'd say, but it's not like, it's not a beautiful cow or something. It's not. But they just have a kind of way about them that just, it just look beautiful, right? Just like they kind of light up a bit, right? Where did they get that from? You see, it advanced and evolved around those kind of beings. It's still ingrained in them to do this, to behave that kind of way, as they've seen people behave before. And I'd say the bull is one of the creatures that know most about history just in their nature. So if you study the bull, it will kind of tell you a lot about us, more than you all can currently remember. But again, a bell, a ball, these words have so many different correlative meanings besides just bull. The ball, right? The sun. A bell that's gonged, and a sound that resonates throughout an area to tell time. So now speaking about time. To bawl is meaning to yell very loudly or to holler. Is also correlative to sending out a large message for everyone to hear. So now it's correlating to what is spoken, what is telling you something to do. A bell, a bill, all right? It's correlating to the Lord itself. Ball meaning the Lord. So we know now the bull is about beauty. But why is the bull beauty? Because it's a light. It lights it. It's a you know. And it's also something traded as something of significance to keep land. So it's of significance to land. And if you have, the more bulls you have, the more land you must be able to own. And so people trade bulls as a measure of amount of money, right? And so that's for the sake of tending or being able to tend land. And this creature is again correlating back to richness, money, and what you would trade for that. Of course, my grandfather traded a bull, and that's how he ended up with his wife. And he had to do that. He had to give something to the family. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to marry her. Back then. So, these are the things I'm saying. This creature is tied to beautiful things because it was the thing used as collateral for land, to tend land, and for the means of which to prove you were worthy to be someone else's counterpart. To be the bull, strong like a bull. If you go to Russia, they will tell you, strong like a bull. Today they have a drink called Red Bull. And you drink that, and it's supposed to give you wings, they say. So now the bull is tied to even having wings. It allows you to fly. It is something of energy, high energy. Again, speaking of. So now we're talking about energy. Wings being tied to representation of energy. This bull being strong, being a representation of high energy, of beauty, of the Lord, of land, of capability as well, to see in a higher dimension of things, right? Because in Egypt, they call it the Ba, right? Ba meaning the essence of a thing, the essence of the thing, the gumption of the thing, you know? What's the soul of that thing? That's the Ba. You have the Ka, the Ba, and the Ak, or the I think it's that, the Ak. And these three different things made up different structures in Egypt. But the Ba is talking about the essence of the thing. In essence, what a thing is. And so when we say Ba-ol, the bull, we're talking about in essence what makes up that thing. Because the bull is an essential thing. You can't exist on earth without the bull. It's an essential thing. So we know, say, it's the essence of the thing. The earth, in essence, is a bull. Right? So this is where we get the word ability. Abul, ability. So ability meaning, how do you do things? How are you, which way you are capable to do something? If you are capable of doing a thing. And then there is the word noble, nobility. That means you know the essence of things, meaning you are essentially a thing of higher knowledge, of higher knowing, higher capability, and you are known to be noble. You see? All of this from this one creature, the bull. The bull. And this is all the Taurus. This is all of these things are what a Taurus is. Taurus is very much this way. And one of the biggest issues for the Taurus, on the dark end of the Taurus, is that they hoard things. They hoard things. And they're very stubborn about giving them away. But All things of beauty are meant to be admired, and they're meant to be replicated. They're meant to be respected. They're not meant to be destroyed. But someone who is in an unhealthy way, hoarding things, would try to get rid of all of it because they don't want everyone else to have access to it. It's too awesome. You know, y'all shouldn't get that. You know, that's not for all of you. It's just too good. It's just too good for you. You see, y'all could, you know, you don't need any of that. That's not none of that. You don't see none of this. Y'all just get little plain old nothing. You know, little nothings. That's what's good for you. But and today you could see that many places, historical places discovered, are destroyed. People destroy them because why do they destroy it? Because they say it's too beautiful. It's too grand. It's too, you know, great. Y'all don't deserve it. All of you don't deserve it. It's something other people created, and it was for those people. It's not for any of you. Who say that? Who says that? Who's saying that kind of thing? Imagine somebody comes along and says that. This is the dark side of the Taurus, would say that. Would look at themselves as a thing of beauty, knowing it's for their counterpart, and say, it's not, you don't deserve none of this. This is not for you. It's not for you. You know, all this goodness that I am, that was made for you, out of all the struggles throughout history, coming down the line for my soul to embody, to be that which is delivered to the righteous of the next generation, to give birth to the next righteous generations. You don't deserve none of that. You don't deserve it. And the reason why is because, you know, it's too good. It's just too good for y'all. And then proceeding to destroy all that is by being associated to filth, being surrounded by filth, being affiliated with filth. Those things that disrespect the integrity and honor of which you know you are inheritors of. This is a thing that happens because of the darkness within the Taurus that wants to preserve that which is beautiful, because of its loyalty to beauty, to such an extent is unwilling to allow others to even experience any of it. And this is how they end up devolving and going down a path of seeking and knowing knowledge of things that are not affiliated with actual beauty, and looking into all these dark things, which is not beautiful, which is ugly, and then trying to make it into something it isn't. This is not a healthy Taurus kind of energy. This is an unhealthy way of being. This unhealthy way of being is to force onto things that which is that which it isn't inherently, for the sake of preserving your own beliefs over reality. Over reality. So this creature has been around, and it's representing, associated with this kind of this negative kind of energy could happen. So you always have to discipline yourselves as Taurus to allow your energy to be elevated to the stature of which resonates correctly with your proper being. Which is to be loyal to things of beauty. Because when you're loyal to things of beauty, you become a thing of beauty, and you become knowledgeable of things of beauty, and you become to see things in a higher dimension, and you become a noble kind of individual. And then you start embodying those characteristics which are inherent to things of beauty. And you don't try to see other things in another way than that, because of who you are. And because of who you are, other things start to view themselves in that kind of way as well. And then things are elevated to deserve the beauty that you are loyal to. And in that way, you protect what is beautiful, instead of trying to destroy it, so that all that which you have determined is forced to associate with that which it was never intended to be in the first place. As you can see, we're getting kind of closer to what happened to Tartaria. And you all might say, that's what they did? That's what happened? It had to be what happened. Had to be what happened. It had to be that people came along and destroyed something beautiful, because they didn't want beautiful people to have access to it. They came along and saw it as too beautiful for the beauty that it was meant to inherit, to have inherited. Because they said, well, it was built off the backs of slaves. And we had to help build that kind of thing. And it's we who inherit it. And none of you deserve it. It's too beautiful for any of you to have access to it. And isn't that the same kind of thing that just happens to beautiful lands also, like America? From immigrants who are meant to be loyal to the land, but which have come from lands who may not have been as loyal to them. And then when they see the beauty of a land of which the people are loyal to, they have a resentfulness towards it, and then feel, you all don't deserve such beauty. You all don't deserve all that. Clearly, because if you knew where I came from, you wouldn't behave that way, as to so quickly allow any of us to be a part of your nation as immigrants. But everyone knows that everyone comes from someplace, that everyone is inherently an immigrant, or an immigrant in the making. So everybody knows to live is to travel. This is the nature of this word, tartary, to tarry, is to travel, is to move about, to go from place to place, to build the life that will become the story you tell, that will become the history recorded, that will be the essence of the person you are. And the people to become known through for many generations to come. This is where the word tourist comes from. You know what a tourist is now. And this is where the word Tartaria comes from. It means the same kind of thing. But it was intended for beautiful people. Because that's what people create these beautiful things for. So that when you go there, isn't that what we all do this for? Was it when you go to these places, you say, oh my good, look at that. Oh my, wow. Whew. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow, goodness. Oh, I have a story to tell now. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look, oh, and look how the marble is. Oh, it's marvelous. Oh, grand. All those structures, all that architecture, all the life, blood, and essence poured out into every chisel to show you all the workmanship and craftsmanship that went into making somebody noble, to making loyal peoples worthy of inheriting the earth. This is Tartaria. This was Tartaria. And then along comes people who are not as noble, from a place that wasn't as loyal to them. And they are the ones who feel those people who are loyal to their lands do not deserve the same kind of loyalty in return. And they are the ones who come along and then try to keep all of this beauty away that they see, that they feel ostracized from. This is something that is necessary for you all to deal with. Because as you grow up and you branch out and go throughout the world, it is the American, is the Western culture predominantly that goes everywhere else in the world and asks it you ask the world to behave in a way that is disrespectful to itself for your sake. This is what you do. And the rest of the world says, but why? Why would we do any of that? He said, well, where I come from, you got to pay a lot of money for that. He said, but But why do you? It's free here. And you pressure them to treat you in a way that's antithetical to their nature. Because they know that in reality, all of this is for everyone. It's not to be hoarded. And it's not something to be treated like trash. They're not people to be treated like trash because they speak a different language you don't understand. I'm telling you that many of you, if you heard these people speaking just what they're saying, but in English, you would be terrified. You'd be terrified. Again, terrified is coming from a word that represents a kind of people who inspire a certain level of shakenness. But if you heard them actually speak correctly, how you all speak, you'd be terrified that you ever treated any of them as if they were something else. You would. Absolutely terrified. Absolutely terrified. Because you would say, oh, they're just exactly the same like me. They're no different than me. Actually, some of them are more capable than I am. Much more. That's the level of respect you are supposed to travel with around the world. But instead, the world has become your trash bin. And you pressure them to treat themselves like trash. Because that's how you see them. Unworthy trash. Lesser. Not even at the same capability. And the world is sick and tired of it. This disrespect. They don't know why. They don't understand where it comes from. But it comes all the way back from the people who inherited and destroyed these beautiful things to begin with. And it's still the same people doing the same thing. And today, now it's all of you, inheritors of all this beauty, who today don't want another generation to have access to it. And you say, let's destroy it all. Is that not the words that have been whispered in the ears of your secret covenants? Let's destroy all of this because it's too beautiful. It's too grand. It's too great. They don't deserve any of it. But the reality is, you don't feel you deserve any of it. That's the reality. All of you are inheritors of things you don't feel you deserve. And so your desire to destroy it for others is because you know you shouldn't play any part in what actually belongs to that which actually deserves these things. And to deal with that, you should first look at the same issue that Tauruses have. And that is an issue within your own self. And look at that issue first, because many of these people are very rich people. And that's the lives that they live, lives of comfort and luxury. And then when they see any of you the way that you are, they don't want to be associated to any of it at all. They don't, because that's not the life they live. You understand? It's easier for them to say, ugh, and to demean and diminish the value of what everyone has to live to have a life at all, because they have access to all of this beauty. And all of you don't deserve it. All of you don't deserve to be the inheritors of any of it. When I say all of you, I don't mean people like these people. I mean, when I say all of you, I mean a people so far more advanced than these people that it's terrifying. That's who they say don't deserve all of this beauty. As if we would make the same mistakes that the people that passed that down to them made with who they are to us. This is important that everyone in the world recognize. Recognize this, see it for what it is, and do not associate with other people's issues, because they are not something that needs to be resolved, nor can you resolve it. It is the reality that there are issues people will have here that they have lived and will die with, and nobody, not a single one of you, will resolve it for them. And the main issue with all of you is that you cling to the belief that unless every issue is resolved for everyone, you cannot live or move on with your own lives. Until then, you can't fully embrace that which you are deserving to inherit. What you are deserving to inherit is zero association to those issues. Zero. Zero. That is what is meant to be inherited. Zero association to those issues. Because then when you recognize that you have no association to these issues, to the fear of others projected onto who you are because of how terrified they are of all of you knowing what they are. And then you all embodying that in everything that all of you do, when you are so much more capable than any of these people. Understand, these are not issues meant for you to deal with. They are issues created to keep you all bound, chained, and prevented from living and experiencing the life that they know they don't deserve. They know they don't deserve it. And they know it every time they see all of you work so hard and so diligently to prove who you are, what all of you deserve, as opposed to what they've had access to. This is not an issue for all of you to have. This is not an issue for all of you to be dealing with. But it's an issue that you're going to see every time you see any of these people. It's their main issue. It is the same issue of Tartaria. And why all of you don't know about Tartaria. This issue. This issue. What must they have been saying about all of you? You see? You wee people. You small people. It's not deserving. So, understand how much you all deserve to experience life. That the depression that you are instinctively feeling is tied to the issues other people have with what they don't deserve out of life. What they don't want you to have access to the abundance of. Because of what it will expose in all of them. What it will force them to have to come to terms with. This world does not belong to people who masquerade as rich. It belongs to those who are actually inherently those meant to embody richness. And these specific people, this next generation and the generations to come, will be the inheritors of this world. And there's nothing that these people can do to stop it. That's how you must treat the world you live in. Many times, you know, you will all experience anger. This emotion, this stubbornness, this bullard way of being. And you just want to and say no to everyone in the world. Many times it will happen because you were not given the same opportunities as other people. You are daunted by the level of experience you will never be able to access. And this anger is always stemmed from a lack of respect, a lack of self-respect. This stubbornness has always come from a lack of self-respect, because any self-respecting person would never be angered, never anger themselves with other people. You say, what? It's because I respect myself that it's angering. It's because I respect myself that when they come along now and they disrespect me, I can't allow it. Again, when you are self-respecting, truly, other people are not capable of disrespecting you, and they know it. And it's not something you would get angry with, even if they did. Understand this. That is nobility. These people are not that level of nobility. But all of you must become. All of you were made to become. As inheritors of this world. A world that does not have to be shackled or chained to their issues. The issues of the past. Issues we will not have in the future.